Well, I'm live here on Sunday, the 24th, 2021. We're going to have a talk about today a topic that's real close to my heart, and it's affirm your spouse. And it seems that in recent years, um, thanks to negative sitcoms and stuff on TV, the spouses, men and women, have been put down, made fun of, acted as if they didn't know what they were doing. The main character or whatever on these shows will be the one that's overbearing and act like they're always right, and the shows seem to intimate that they are right. Actually, the majority of these shows they show women putting down their husbands, but I've seen both. That's why we're talking about both sides of the picture here. Um, I really get irritated at these comments, shows where the one woman will say to the other, "Oh, men are just stupid." No, they think different. Or guys out in the woods somewhere hunting say, "Oh, my wife is so stupid." No, she just thinks different. Men and women have two different ways of thinking. They're not stupid ways, they're different ways. Children have different ways of thinking. Boy, they really have different ways of thinking, especially when they get in their teens. But anyway, we won't go there this time. We're going to stick with husbands and wives. So, if your home situation is not good, not comfortable, not palatable, why? Oh, it's his fault. Oh, it's her fault. No, it's not. It's both of you because you're not communicating. You know, speak to each other. Feel and set a home environment that is conducive freely to tell each other how you feel in non-threatening, non-condemning, non-criticizing ways. Maybe you didn't want her to say whatever she said when you were with your friends. Don't say anything at that time. But when you're in the car going home or after your friends have left, say, well, when you said what you said, and you can tell them what they said, that really made me feel bad. And could you please not do that again? This also goes for husbands saying things about the wives. So we have to think about the other person. This is our life partner. And I know in society for the last 15, 20 years, it's like, oh, we'll just live with somebody. No. We can give it a try. No. When you commit, that's a word you hardly ever see used anymore. But two people need to commit to each other to be lifelong partners. Not until things don't go so hot. Not until somebody else comes along. Not until he or she does something that's so egregious or so fantastic that you think, oh man, well, whatever, I've had this ride long enough. I don't want to go into how I really think about that. But anyway, let's just say it's not good. When through the good, through the bad, for better or for worse, that's what the marriage vows used to say. I guess they still say that. For better or for worse, your husband can't do the things they used to do. Well, he's old. The wife doesn't quite seem to do the little things that you really liked years ago. Maybe she's got a lot on her mind now, and you may need to bring out more romance and not sit back in your recliner with whatever your favorite drink is, watching TV, and she's trying to talk to you about something, and you're like, oh boy. I just pause the TV and we talk. It's very simple. It's a remote. So anyway, let me try to get through this. It's a lot to this topic. I hope you guys will send me an email, the Rev, THEREV, at a step above, ASTEPABOVE.life, LIFE. I will send you this newsletter free, this one, because I feel like it's important. And we know, man, in today's society, we need it. Where we came from in Virginia, the next county, there was a city in between us, but the next county over, the divorce rate was 85%. Why? Because it was young, upwardly mobile people living in that county, and they expected at 30 years old to have everything their parents had at 50 years old. And they would go out and just buy big homes, nice cars, just whatever they wanted. Got themselves financially covered. I mean, oh boy, just tons of financial weight on them, which will destroy any intimacy, and it will destroy your interaction with your spouse. Just saying. So when you, and I want to cover that just for a second, when you have aspirations, things that you would like to do, you and your spouse discuss them. You want to get a new home. Yay, that's a good thing. Look at your finances. If your house payment is going to be more than 25% of your take-home pay, you don't need it. I don't care what the bank says. If it's over 25% of your take-home pay, do not get it. It will create stress like you can't even believe. However, you can take and look for a good buy on a home near in the neighborhood you want. And it may be not as big. It may not be as fancy. It may not have all the bells and whistles, but it's where you want it to be. Kids can go to this school. You would like the neighbors. And it's, I don't know, $100,000 less. And you can easily be under your 25% of your net income monthly payment. Probably a good investment. Don't try to get the latest, greatest. I used to do that. I like the latest, greatest. However, I had to rein in my desire to get the latest, greatest, because I had 4 children and my wife, and we had to maintain our home, which is the most important thing you have, whether you rent or buy. If you rent from somebody, take care of that home like you own it. I've heard people say, I don't own this home. What do I care what it looks like? You should, because how you treat somebody else's property is really how you're treating your family and yourself. Yes, it is. Let me move on. Respect each other as people. In this article that I copied from, I didn't copy all of it. I copied a lot of it from Nav Press. The lady that was writing it said one of the things that sealed the deal for her with her husband, even when they were still just friends, was how respected she felt by him. All of us want respect. Men, women, children, teens. Respect is something that you earn. However, and this is a big however, sometimes we have to give our spouse, man or woman, respect that they're not quite deserving of, but you know that they could be that way. And so you respect them for where they are now. And through your actions and your words and your touch, encourage them to become the person you see they are in your mind. Okay. Affirm each other. Be for each other. Be F-O-R, for. Be for each other. Don't let me rephrase that. Don't allow anyone to put down your spouse. And if you're in a group, and I'll use men because that's what I'm most familiar with. If you're in a group of men and they start cutting down their spouses, I'm going like, hey guys, now these are people I know. Hey guys, that really is not something you should do. And they'll say, what do you mean we shouldn't do? This is my spouse. And I'm going like, hey, I know that. I'm not saying or trying to interfere. I'm just saying you get what you speak. And if you're speaking that way about your wife, she's going to be even worse. But when you speak good, when she's not around, well, I'll speak good when she is around too. But when you speak good about your spouse, when they're not around, do you know the psychical vibrations will little by little change that person to become what you say they are? And this doesn't only work with spouses, it works with kids, in-laws, friends, co-workers. It's incredible what I have found over the years that by speaking how I want a person to become, they become it. I'm not talking about overnight, but in the weeks and the months after I started speaking positive about some people with whom I worked, do you know they become the greatest co-workers ever? It was incredible. No matter where I was, around them or not, I always spoke positive. I do this. I've always done the same for my family, children, everybody. It's amazing. You will be astounded that coworker that's getting under your nerves. You got the last one. Start talking about them positively. Not overnight, but in the weeks ahead, they will become that way. A boss, a company owner, customers. Oh yeah, customers will be what you say they are. It's amazing. It is amazing. If you speak about your great customers, how wonderful they are, how thoughtful they are, how they always greet you when you come in, anything, whatever is good for you. Not that they're buying a ton of stuff, but that they're good customers. They're loyal customers. They're faithful customers. They will become that, and they'll bring other people there. Well, get my newsletter. Send me an email at therev@astepabove.life. Go to our website, www.astepabove.life. Buy my book. Yes, my fiction book is on Amazon. A hard-boiled, OILED, mystery and I pinned it as J. Wesley Booth. It's a World War II detective novel about an actual conspiracy that took place in World War II. You guys will enjoy it. Share it with your friends. Anyhow, looking forward to see y'all next time. Make it a great upcoming week.